Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hi, If you're new here, hi, I'm Chrissy, nice to meet you. If you're existing, welcome back. I do post a lot of food hauls here on this channel and loads of you have been asking me lately on my tips and tricks on what I do to save money on my food shop. Food is astronomical at the moment. It's really on the rise, especially here in the UK. We've got a cost of living crisis and everyone's penny pinching a little bit, aren't they? Get yourself cosy, get your favourite drink. I've got a hot chocolate because hot chocolate's life. And yeah, let's just have a little catch up. Just want to put a disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a mum that's currently on statutory maternity pay, on maternity leave with my third baby. And I'm just trying to save a little bit of money where I can. So yeah, there's probably more qualified people you might want to take financial advice from, but this is just my own experience, things I practice at home. Firstly, a huge hello. I feel like I haven't sat down face to face in front of the camera for absolute years, and it feels really nice actually. I came to Jesse's nursery because, I'm not going to lie, it's the tidiest room of the house because he spends no time in here. What is the point of a nursery? I don't know. Yeah, hope you're all well, hope you're having a nice day. First things first, my first tip would be to shop smart. What I mean by that is shop around, look at your budget supermarkets. So here in the UK, I'd probably say they're Lidl and Aldi. However, Tesco's have club card prices and Asda have a reward scheme where you get money back. So not points, but you do get money back off your shopping. So definitely shop around. There's no point travelling 50 miles away to the nearest Aldi when it's going to cost you more in petrol to get there. So you might want to have a look at Tesco's or Asda, but equally, any supermarket that you choose to shop at, if you shop smart, i.e. by using their own branded items where you can, you will save money. So it's a really simple one, a little bit self-explanatory. So yeah, use supermarket own brands such as pasta, tinned beans, tinned fruit, things like that, because it will save you money in the long run. Pretty self-explanatory, but that's a really good tip in my defence, and it has brought the price down. I'm no longer a Heinz beans snob. I actually prefer Asda's own brand, not their essentials range, so their middle of the barrel brand beans are actually nicer, so give it a go. You never know, it might surprise you. Second tip is beware of multi-buys. For example, when I was doing my online shop with Asda the other week, it was buy one, get one or two for £3, but I only needed one of the products, not two. And it almost encourages you to spend more and buy more when you don't necessarily need it. If you're sticking to a weekly budget, things like that will take you over your budget and you'll end up with more than what you need. One, it can go to waste, i.e. 2 for £3 on fruit. If you don't need that extra punnet of grapes, I've done it. You think you're getting a bargain, but then you're not actually eating the product and it's going in the bin. So try not to double buy or go for the offers on things that you don't need, i.e. don't impulse buy. Number 3, I've actually done a TikTok on this and it blew up. Pair like with like. For example, look on the shelf, i.e. if you're buying raisins, per 100 gram it might be cheaper to buy a big packet of raisins and divide them up yourself than buy smaller packs. So compare for how much you get per 100 grams. For example, packaged items like the mini snack pack raisins work out more because you're essentially paying for the packaging, whereas a big punnet of raisins, you'll have a look on the label and it'll be a lower amount per 100 grams. It might be cheaper to do that on things that you do buy weekly. And the same with meat. It's always more cost effective for me to buy my meat in one lump sum than it is weekly, especially with chicken breasts. When you look at, for example, in Aldi, the per 100 grams or the per kg works out cheaper if you buy a bigger pack. So I tend to buy a bigger pack of chicken, get Ziploc bags, wrap it up and then freeze it if you've got space in your freezer, because that always works out cheaper. And that's saved me so much money, especially with meat at the moment, because it is one of the most costly things you buy in your food shop is your meat. My next tip would be to plan everything. And what I mean by that is, if you're going out to the supermarket, make a list and don't deter from the list. I know it's really easy, especially when you're walking down the middle of the supermarket and you're seeing all the offers. It's very, very likely that you're going to think that you're getting a bargain. But if it's not on your list and you don't necessarily need it, then it's not a bargain. If it is something on your list and it's on offer, then happy days. That's when you can look at, do I want to buy another one for next week, especially if it's something that you are buying weekly. Say your kids are absolutely obsessed with cheese strings, for example. We know how expensive they are. If they're on offer, I do tend to pick up a little bit more, a couple more packs, etc. if it's got a long shelf by date. because I know I'm going to be buying it next week and it might not necessarily be on offer. Another tip for me as well is stretch your meals. What I mean by that is add beans, add potatoes, have vegetables to your dishes, i.e. a curry, because the chicken or the meat, that sauce is the most expensive part. So if you add a tin of potatoes to there, or fresh potatoes, or a pepper, or some onion, or some veg that you've got left over in the freezer or the fridge, it'll bulk it out and it'll go further. You can also reduce the amount of actual chicken that you're putting in there, and it will reduce the price per person per serving. It's something that we haven't really been doing in the last few weeks, the last few months, but it's something that I want to start doing now because it will essentially save us money. A good one as well is a chili con carne, because you are putting mince in there. Once you've added the onion, the pepper, the kidney beans, it stretches really far. So yeah, that's something if you want to, or look at a meat-free alternative and have no meat. We're going to look at doing that as well once a week, where we literally have no meat. So I'll let you know how that goes, because Adam is a meat eater. But it will save you money, and you'll be surprised how much money it will save, especially if you do that 2 to 3 times a week. Another tip is to use frozen fruit and veg. If you watch my food hauls, you'll know I only buy frozen veg unless it's a special occasion, or if I'm thinking actually I really fancy 10 to 10 broccoli, because sometimes it just hits different, doesn't it? However, at the beginning of the month or when I run out, I will go and buy broccoli florets, big bag of petit pois, sweet corn, mixed veg, green beans, because you can get out as much as you need. So there's no waste. It's really easy, it's really convenient. It's actually fresher sometimes because they literally freeze it from the moment it's picked, especially peas and things like that. It's a lot cheaper to buy frozen, it's a lot fresher to buy frozen peas, believe it or not, than tinned peas. And I just like it because, especially when I'm baby-led weaning with Jesse at the moment, he's 8 months old, I can get some of the veg out of the freezer, microwave it, or put it on the hob, or steam it if you've got a steamer, and it's just really quick and easy. You don't really have to prepare anything, you don't have to peel anything. It's just, yeah, it's literally a game changer. This tip is the same as what I was saying before, is to consider bulk buying, which completely contradicts my previous tip about not buying the buy one get one free, because you'll end up with more food than you actually need. However, bulk buying intentionally is a complete game changer. For example, rice is so much cheaper by the kilogram to buy it in a huge bag than it is the little bags. So if something that you're using on the weekly, I highly recommend bulk buying. The same as we go to Costco to get our toilet roll, because it's something we need all year round, and it's so much more cost effective to buy it in big bulks. I know there's toilet roll on TikTok shop floating around as well. What's another one that you can bulk buy? Washing up liquid, fabric softener. I always bulk buy and buy the absolute massive fabric softeners, because it does work out a lot cheaper in the long run. So if you have the space for it, you have the freezer space, you have the pantry space, you have the storage space, or even if you don't, I'm sure there's somewhere under the stairs you could make room, the bottom of your wardrobe if needed, because it is going to save you more money in the long run, especially things that you use on the regular. So I highly recommend looking at bulk buying those items. That's really helped me. Another tip is to make your own treats. Sounds silly. I rarely now buy packaged snacks. What I mean by that is when you buy the multi-pack of biscuits in a packet. It's so much cheaper and more affordable. I've done it before. I think I've done it on a vlog. I've also done a few TikToks on it, is to buy the biscuits in a normal packet and divide them up yourself and pop them in a Ziploc bag. You can reuse the Ziploc bags if needed as well to make it even cheaper. So essentially it's not using a ridiculous amount of plastic if you're conscious of that, but it's so much cheaper. My kids like helping me with it. You can also do things at home. I do little sweet treat bags if we're having a movie night. Essentially I'm buying the bigger packs and popping it all into little packs. They've got a little snack pack. What else do we do at home? Baking, if you're any good at baking. Cupcakes, so much cheaper to bake. Rice crispy cakes, so much cheaper. And there's things like that. Just work with what you've got in the cupboard rather than going out and buying it. Yeah, so much cheaper, like I was saying, my battery just died. So much cheaper to make your own little sweet treats, your own snacks, especially if you have allergies in the family. For example, with Jesse, I know his snacks can get quite costly. So it's just about utilising what I've got. I'll buy a big tub of yoghurt and I'll freeze it into an ice cube tray and then get out the little bits that I need, because yoghurt freezes absolutely fine and it defrosts absolutely fine. And when it's teething, it's an absolute game changer, because I've got one of these little mesh holders that I'll pop it into, and he loves it. I try not to let things like that go to waste. But yeah, that's just a little thing that I do at home that helps me save money anyway. I don't really bake, I'm not going to lie. I do bake a little bit, but I wouldn't call myself an avid baker. But definitely making your own pancakes rather than buying them, that's a lot cheaper as well. So every now and again on a Sunday, batch cook a load of pancakes, because they freeze and they sit in the fridge for a while as well. So yeah, that makes it really easy on a school morning, because the girls literally just microwave them and add their toppings to them. The same with fruit as well. If it is going to go bad, you can make smoothies. My kids absolutely love a fruit smoothie, but to be honest with you, it never really goes bad in this house because fruit just gets eaten. Another tip is to go with own brand food items, which I mentioned briefly before, but honestly, you'll be surprised when you start switching things out. You'll get used to it. I used to be a Hellmann's mayo snob, and a Heinz baked beans snob. What else? There was just certain things, and now I converted to a lot of Aldi own brand dupes, and they're actually really nice. For example, their Oreos, their biscuits, really nice. Yeah, I used to really love a certain fabric softener. I don't buy it anymore unless it's on offer. I'll just grab whatever. At first, you might notice a little bit of a difference, but honestly, as the weeks go by, you'll forget about it. I can't always have full fat mayo now because I find it too much. I actually prefer the Aldi one. It's funny, isn't it? And my kids, they used to be the same. They still are. As I mentioned in a previous vlog, over Christmas, they got used to all the branded chocolate. So all of a sudden, they were like, oh, we really want Kit Kats or this and that. But they get used to it, honestly. You'll be surprised. Another huge tip is to meal plan. I meal plan every week. I plan 7 meals. I don't always plan them for set days because things change. Always meal plan, and then I always have a safety dinner in the cupboard or the freezer. And that's if everything's catastrophic, I haven't got time to prepare much, and yeah, I just need to get the kids fed, etc. That's a really good one, and that saves me loads of money, because when you meal plan, you don't impulse buy, and yeah, you can really then stick to a budget each week. Yeah, like I said, I'm not a huge saving guru by any stretch of the imagination, but these are the things that I've done that have really helped save me money. I do find doing an online food shop is really good as well, because it stops you from impulse buying, and you can change the setting on the app to go from low to high. So for example, beans, you can go low to high and it will show you the cheapest beans that they do, or the cheapest bread that they do, the cheapest milk, etc, etc, because you'll be surprised there's always a cheaper alternative that you're not necessarily looking for. Or when you go to the supermarket, they tend to place the cheaper things at the bottom of the shelves, at the bottom, and the more expensive things are the eye line. So yeah, always look at the bottom, because you'll find a cheaper product. For example, raisins again, or if you're in the pantry section, there'll be cheaper options at the bottom, so do that as well. I could go on and on. I have so many more tips, but I don't want to bore you with them, because this is a little bit of a new video for me. I don't think I've ever given advice on how to save money on your food shop to this extent. But yeah, I'm really sorry if I have bored you, but if you've actually enjoyed it, please give this video a big thumbs up and comment down below if you'd like me to do more of this content. And equally, yeah, I hope it has helped you if you do use any of these tips, or if you use them already, then comment, as I'd love to know. And equally, if there's anything major that you think I'm missing out on, pop me a comment as well, because I'm always looking for ways to save money. Yeah, it's been really nice to sit down and actually catch up with you. I'm gonna go because my baby is very hit and miss at the moment. I'm getting no sleep, and we're going through that separation anxiety. So every single time I leave the room, he cries. I can't hear him cry at the moment, but he's gone really quiet, which is really strange and bizarre. But yeah, it's been really nice just to chill out and catch up with you. And yeah, always looking for suggestions on what you'd like to see next on my channel. If you're looking for more money saving tips, tricks and hacks, let me know and I'll do more content on this. And equally, if you've enjoyed the sit down content, I will try and film some more sit down videos, but it's really hard at the moment, as you can imagine, because I have an 8-month-old son, well, soon to be 8 months, and he's literally into everything. So I've got to try and pick my moments when I've got someone to watch him, because I cannot leave him for 2 seconds. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one. I hope you're having a lovely day, and we'll catch up soon. Much love.